Howdy, folks. This is Jeff Canada. This is my podcast called Behind the Song, where we nerd out all about songs. That's it, just the song. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Song with me, Jeff Canada, where I sit down and talk to one of my songwriter buddies and we just nerd out about songs. I'd like to give it up to my sponsors real quick: Barsh Automotive, Hoffner Knives, and RedDirtShirtClub.com. Y'all check out all of those places and give them some of y'all's money so they continue to give me some of their money. I'm here today with one of my friends, Mr. Mike Donnell. Mike is a singer, songwriter, entertainer, performer, Texas country. Well, not even really Texas country, but just country musician. Right here in the... from Montgomery County area, but he lives in Anderson now. He has a farm in ranch in Anderson.
I guess I call it a ranch.
Anyway, Mike Donnell, what's
going
on,
guys?
Buddy?
Good, man.
So
Thanks
are you full-time living in Anderson now?
No.
Okay.
So we sold our house in Tomball. We moved in with my mother-in-law for the meantime while we're building. And we're building a big family compound out in Anderson on 23 acres. So it should be done by the end of the year, just like our restaurant should be done by the end of the year as well.
Dude, that's cool shit. It's going to be called...
Toasted Tomato.
Toasted Tomato.
Yeah, it's like a play on drinking and also, pizza.
Yeah.
So we're going to have beers, pizzas, wings, salads, things like that.
Yeah, and I already saw some pictures of like construction underway.
It's the old drugstore built in like 1910.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, and we got the owner we're kind of working with her to try and keep it as traditional as possible. So it still has that original rustic look of, the early 1900s. Some of the furniture that was built in the 1900s is going to remain in there. We're going to use it to display like memorabilia from the town and stuff. It's going to be very cool. There's going to be nothing like it. Yeah.
Anderson's a cool town. I shot my Monsters video out in Anderson.
I know,
on the Bossy Ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have like 1,800 acres or something.
Ooh, jeez.
It's a big one. And it's been in their family for like ever.
Jeez.
You go out there, they still have the slave quarters there.
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they don't have slaves, but
okay, well that's good.
They have the slave
thanks for
quarters
clarifying that.
Still there. And at one time it was a dairy ranch, and they still have all that stuff. I mean, it's all old and beaten down, but all the old pumps and all that stuff are still there. And so Mike is one of those. Mike is one of those guys that we send each other music. A lot of times, when we write something, we'll send it to each other. And you sent me a few weeks ago, month ago, something like that. I guess
the day I wrote it, the day I recorded it.
Yeah, the day you recorded it, he sent me this new song called "Proud."
Yes.
And immediately I sent it back to you. I said, I think this might be the best thing you've ever done.
Yeah.
Now, the best thing you've ever done is a subjective term.
Right, but I agree with you. It is one of the top, and I tell people, it's one of the top 3 songs I've ever written. And the only reason I put it up there in top 3 is because I wrote one special song for my daughter, the most special song for my wife, and then this is for my son.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. It's always cool whenever you have a special someone that you write a song for, but especially...
It means a lot. And it puts a lot of pressure on you as a writer, I feel, because you sit down and you're like, no, that line's not good enough. I need something more. It needs more depth. It's got to hit harder, And after I finished writing the song, I was just blown away. And I don't have moments like this a lot. A lot of the times, probably 75% of the time, when I finish the song, I'm like, that'll do. That's fill space on an album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like this one was just... in my head, it was just shining as a number one. And yeah, I've never had a number one. I don't go chasing number ones. But I mean, this one right here is just, for me, my number one. I am going to send this one out to radio, though.
Cool.
And I haven't sent the last couple ones, just because, not that I didn't feel that they were radio worthy, but I guess I just didn't have that drive for them. This one is as special as it feels to me. I'm at least going to do a CDX and CD text thing and get it out there for the picking if they want it. I'm not going to hire anybody to go make phone calls or anything, but I will send a bunch of personal emails. So if you're in the industry and you're watching this right now and you are a radio station or an internet station, I would absolutely love for you to pick this song up. So
whenever you send out those emails, send it to me and I will forward it to the few connections I have that I know that they'll play it.
Okay.
I have, I got some, because I don't push my song to radio as far as trying to get a number one, but I do send every song that I release out to my peeps.
I just want this one heard a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree.
Think, yeah.
It's a great song, man.
Thank you.
It's a great song, start to finish. Your vocals are great on it. It's a good mix. It's a good production. It's what I like about it is that, I've listened to all of your stuff. I have all of your stuff on some sort of a playlist. All of your stuff is has a lot more like oomph to it. It's there's
Yeah,
it's
like a big production.
Yeah, it's more productive, but even it's a little bit more rocker country. It's a little bit more like high, because you play a lot of high energy live shows, and so it's hard to release a bunch of slow songs if you're going to be playing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to play them in any venues I play.
Yeah, I have the same.
I play a lot of dance halls and things like that. So I mean,
Right.
probably half my catalog I can't play.
Right. Yeah.
Unless I do a listening room like Do-Si-Do or something, then I can play those songs. And it's funny when I play those songs, I'm like, man, I haven't played the song in like 3 years. I really have to work at it.
It literally just happened to me
Keeps
Sunday
me on
night.
my toes. Yeah.
I messed up a couple times.
Did
Cause
you?
like, damn, I haven't played that song in a while. I probably should have practiced it.
But when we mess up, though, we know it. The band knows it. 90% of the time, nobody else knows it.
Well, if I mess up or anyone on my stage messes up, everybody knows it, because we
call it
just
out?
we make a fucking we have a blast with it.
We just look around. Because in my ears, we got everything so dialed in, fully contained system, right? We run everything to our own board. We all have our own ear mix, and it's pristine.
Yeah.
So mine sounds like I'm in a freaking recording studio when I'm playing a live show. And if I pay attention enough, man, I can pick out the bass in one side. We got it panned just right, Somebody will make a mistake, and I'll just go.
That's kind of what we do.
And he'll look at me and be like, shoot.
So you wrote this song about your son.
Yeah.
Your son just turned a year old.
No, he's turning 3 this December.
3 years old.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He's flying up there in age. Time slips away. Time accelerates the older you get. And I think about this. You remember when you were young and you couldn't wait for things to happen?
Yeah.
No longer are those the days. Now it's like, shit, that just happened.
Yeah.
I can't not wait for things because he just grows up so fast, man. You blink your eye and he's taller. And
Man, I could have swore it was like a year
Kills
ago when
me.
he was born.
I could have sworn it was like 6 months ago.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah, he's coming up on 3. Man, he's full sentences talking. He manipulates every room he walks into. He'll just grab a woman by the hand and be like, "Where's your man?"
Ah!
And then she goes, "I don't know." He goes, "Right here."
Did he get that from mama or daddy?
I teach him a lot of bull crap. Yeah. But, we're both characters, me and Morgan. So he learns a lot of crazy stuff. And he's got definitely a personality of, 3 or 4 different people in him.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah. And you wrote this song about him. I asked this question to every guest that comes on here. Just talk about your writing process just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Are you a lyrics guy first, music guy second, or music guy first, lyrics guy second, or is it kind of a melding of the two?
I am, majority of the time, I'm a melody guy first. So I'll hum a melody of a chorus, and that's the strongest part of the song for me. Typically, it defines the song for me. So I'll have some kind of a hum or a melody in my head, and that'll right off the bat, as a guitar player, you'll know what chords should revolve around it. And then I'll get home. This happens a lot to me on the tractor or just driving to and from Anderson, because I spend 6 to 10 hours a week on the road, and that's when I do a lot of my writing. And I don't even travel with the radio on, so I got 2,000 memos in my phone of different songs that could be. Mm-hmm. And I'll sit down at home, and then I'll pick up the guitar. And I'm not the best guitar player in the world, but I'll kind of pick the chords around these songs, and it'll develop from there. This one was one of those songs that every musician loves because they just flow out of you. You can't stop it. You don't want to stop it, mm-hmm. right? Like, I've sat down to write a song. I'm still working on the same song. It's been years. I just never finish it. And I know it's got something good there, right? And I don't want to give up on it. So I just keep putting it on the back burner. But this one, Morgan's been asking me to write a song about Grayson since he was born. But I'm not one of those forced writers. I don't go to writing groups or nothing. I don't co-write. I like to just let it happen naturally, mm-hmm. right? This one happened naturally, and it happened in about 30 minutes. And there's no way I could stop it. It just flew out of me. It's like all the floodgates were just open, and everything that was holding me back from writing the song was just pulled up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wrote itself in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to write it for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to write it for 2.5 years, but I never sit down and go, okay, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? Because it just doesn't go anywhere for me.
Right. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Like I mean, if I go into a writer's group, and because I'll do some co-writing, if I go into a writer's group and I'm writing for somebody else and they already have the hook, I can write a song in 5 minutes.
helps. That helps because the hard work is already there. It's already done.
Yeah.
And your creative mindset will just start to, take that information and then just spread roots from there. But creating something from scratch, for me, is important and difficult at the same time, because it has to be the right seed. And if it starts wrong, it's going to end up way wrong. Kind of like, on the rifle range. If you make one small MOA adjustment on your rifle, well, that might wind up being 3 feet at 500 yards.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I just went military on you, but you know what I mean?
Because you're a
It could
military
be a
guy.
massive mistake if you start the song wrong. And
Yeah.
you have the best intentions for this idea, that idea will be ruined. It'll put a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
I have those too.
Yeah, me too. Dude, I call it we talk about this every time, but I call it the bone pile, which is my text messages or my notes on my phone. It's just thousands and thousands of partially written songs.
Somebody once told me, you got to get the bad ones out of the way to make room for the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so sometimes I'll just force myself to finish them and be like, yep, I hate it, just like I thought I would.
Yep.
And then I'll move on.
Yeah, I make a joke all the time from stage that 1 out of every 77 songs I write's a good one.
I got 53 songs out there, man. And a lot of them, like I said, probably 75% of them were just, that'll do.
I don't know, man. I like your stuff. I've been a fan of
thank
yours since the very beginning. I remember right when you and I first, I guess, started talking or chatting or whatever. Me and Brody came and saw you at Do-Si Do.
Yeah, I remember.
And
Set
we had,
up top.
Yeah, we had just become. That was a few years ago, and we just started chatting.
What's crazy though is we've both been in this local scene for
Yeah.
15 plus years, and I'd never seen you before then.
Yeah.
What?
Happens all the time.
That's wild.
Yeah, happens all the time. I remember when first time I heard it, I was like, "Damn!" First I listened to it on my phone just because I was somewhere. I'm like, and I like stopped it like 30 seconds in. I like ran to my room and grabbed my Bose headphones and put them on because I was like, I gotta listen to this whole song, and like I really like dove into it. And then I sent you back some sort of a. I was like, dude, I wouldn't change a thing about that or something like that. It was something like that. I would release that just like it is.
The steel guitar and stuff in the background and the guitar work and stuff. My buddy Philip, I always butcher his last name, and I've known him for 15 years. Pereira? Pires? He's gonna kill me. But he's just a multi-instrumentalist, and he's amazing at his craft, dude. And
Awesome.
he puts that beautifulness in songs. And so sometimes I'll write a song, and I'll go, I just don't think I have the talent to record these strings, and I'll send it to him, and be like, help me, and he'll send it back, and it's just a masterpiece.
Yeah, dude. I got one of those too. Josh Masters.
He plays banjo.
Yep.
He plays keys better than most people I know that play keys primarily as their instrument.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I got a guy like that, Josh. He does all my fiddle, mandolin, keys.
pitch perfect.
He does.
He's pitch perfect. They can just say,
Yeah.
he could say, hey, your G's out a little bit.
Yeah.
Your G string's off.
Yeah.
Be like, damn, I pulled it up.
Yeah, that's how it goes. We got jokes. Yeah, he's also a great vocalist too. So
Yeah.
he'll like do all the harmonies and stuff.
Same with Phil.
Yeah.
Sings better than I do.
All of these getting old session songs that I'm releasing, there's stuff that might go on the album, but maybe not. But I'm releasing them as I've called them the Piney Woods sessions, and they're basically it's Josh doing all the instrumentation on it,
Nice.
and then me doing a really good vocal track on it, and then that's it. No drums, no. It's usually just like a guitar.
See, that's where I was at with this one. To backtrack to the fact that we sold our house, moved in with my mother-in-law, and she was gracious enough to give us a master bedroom, which is massive. So I was able to set up some things in there, but most of my crap went into storage. And I thought, you know what, I'm going stir crazy here. I got to dig out some of my stuff. So I dug out some of my recording software. I just didn't want to do the whole drums and have electric guitars and foot pedals and stuff everywhere and just destroy her bedroom. So just to make the most of what I could use there, I told myself I want to do something stripped down. Haven't done something stripped down since my song Rewind. That was about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was a piano only with a cello. And so that's where I was at, and I think that's what helped me write this song, because I've wanted to write this song for so long, but it's not a big production song. The idea of writing a song for Grayson like this was not a big production song, and it really helped that me sitting down and saying, okay, I'm going to do something stripped down, and I did it, and it worked. So I'm very glad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at guys like William Clark Green, he has that same like he put out "Still Think About You." And
Love that song.
And he was
Jeez.
like, he's like, this song's never. He's like, he says this. He talks about this when he does live shows. Like, I never thought this song would be played. This was a for me song.
He wrote with Kent
Finley,
yeah.
And he released it, and it's one of his biggest songs. Same thing with Casey Donahue, and I forget what song he's got. That it's just him and a piano. And it's like one of his biggest songs, and he says the same thing. He's like, I never thought in my life that this would be the song that would be the most played, and it is.
Well, back in my rock days, I wrote a rock album, and 11 of those 12 songs were heavy. One was called Drown, and it was mostly acoustic with a little bit of piano song, talking about how some people project their emotions onto you so much so that it just... you feel like you're drowning trying to help others when you never help yourself, right? And that song was the biggest song that FG had, and it was the most requested song at shows. And I'm going up on stage getting ready to just rock faces tonight, and they're like, Drown, play Drown. I love that one. So
that's what happened to Goo Goo Dolls, dude.
Yeah.
They were a punk band, and then they released The Boy Named Goo, and it had that song Name on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was it's like super broken down song, and he was like, I didn't want to bring it to the band because they're gonna think I'm a and he did, and that was their biggest song until Iris came out, obviously, and then
Iris.
they kind of just went right now. Everything they release is that style, you know.
The song is used nonstop on TikTok. I see it like every 5th video.
Oh, really?
Iris, yeah.
Yeah. It's so I think it's a smart move if normally you put out stuff that's like full production dance stuff, like dance hall kind of stuff, and then you throw something in there that's just like this is me broken down,
right?
You know. Now me, I do that all the time, and every now and then I'll release one that's like a full production. You know,
well, what does your set list consist of when you play live shows? Do you do like a 90 primarily? Or?
Yeah, it just depends on the show. Like last night or Sunday night, we did 90 and we did one cover. I'm recording like a Red Dirt version of Lightning Crashes by Live.
Nice, I love that song.
And so we did that song, and then but everything else was all originals until I made Philip sing "Cover Me Up." He did that one because I've never heard anybody sing it the way he sings it. It's I've heard your version.
I sing more of the Morgan Wallen type.
Yeah, his version is just like it gives you it gives you chills when you hear it. It gives me chills.
Yeah.
And so he did that, and the crowd went crazy. And then we got called out for an encore, and so we did my song "Backseat," and then we did "Fishing in the Dark" because I got the openers up on stage and we all sang it. Dude, that was not planned. Dude,
the older I get, the more 90s country I put in my playlist or my set list because I like playing a long time, man. I feel like these short shows that people do, you know, you go out somewhere and you're just opening for a band, you might get a 45-minute slot or 35-minute slot just to be able to open for somebody for a big crowd. And you want to showcase your best original songs. But at the same time, we play some really cool like melody or mashups where I'll do what's called a 90s country mashup, and I'll just do the chorus of like 5 or 6 different songs that are just major 90s song, and that'll grab the attention of the crowd.
100%.
And then I'll hold a high note at the end or something and do a cool little scale rundown, and then just make them go, oh, this guy's pretty good. But they weren't paying attention to my originals because they didn't know them.
Right.
So you hit them with a song that they know, especially if you're just doing an original show. But a lot of the shows I play, just because it's where the money's at, is full 2 to 3 hour set stuff.
I think if you're playing an all original set, like, okay, at Do-Si Do, all of those people were there to see me. Yeah. Right. Those people already know the music. Right. It's there to hear my stories, there to hear my song. It's a different environment. But like when I play a festival, I'm given an hour, dude, we come out swinging. Like we'll play one of my more upbeat songs, but at least second or third song is always a cover, and usually it's a rock cover. Usually it's like Banditos by the Refreshments or Alive by Pearl Jam, or something that's more like holy crap, or where like these people are here to see a country show, and we're gonna pull out some 90s alternative because people are fans of both. You know what I mean? We did Randy Rogers played in front of 7,000 people, and we pulled out Fight for Your Right. Like we played Fight for Right by the Beastie Boys, and
really
like had the crowd.
I do No Diggity.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. See, so it's like I agree with you 100%. I think if you're playing an all original show,
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Yeah, there you go. If you're an opener, if you're one of these people that open shows and I'm just gonna play my music, you're probably not gonna be very successful.
No, you got to hit them. You got to grab their attention, and then you got to show them the original music. You got to show them what you can do. You got to show them the original music. But like where I'm at now, I've been doing this a long time, and I love those shows. I love headliner shows where people come to the show because they know my music, and I'll give them my music. But at the same time, I want to put on a good performance and get people singing and lighters in the air. So if I don't have a song that can do that, I'll play one that will. Round Rock, I'm playing a Round Rock this on the 7th. One of my favorite freaking places, dude. I've been playing Round Rock for like 10 years. Consistency kills out there, dude. Every 3 months, we started playing for 50 people at these shows. Now, I can't tell you how amazing it is when people are calling the venue and asking if they can reserve seats, and there's lines out the door and stuff, and it just kills me. I love it. I could play it. Wish I could play shows like that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday every freaking night anywhere in Texas. But anyway, that they love the long sets. So, I mean, I'll play 275s there with like a 20 or 30 minute break in between, and I'll kind of go rest my vocals. And then if they call for an encore, I'll play some more. I know way too much music.
Yeah, same here.
And I just get carried away, and I can't do that every night. That's the thing. I could never do that Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And so when I do double up, if I have an agent or somebody say, hey, can you come play the show? I'm like, I can, but I'm headlining like for instance, the Red River Valley Fair in Paris, Texas. I'm headlining there, and that's a 2-hour straight performance, which I can do a 2-hour and a 2-hour back to back, but I can't do a 3-hour cover set the night before and then sing again. It's just not safe for my voice.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
I'm old, dude. I know you're older than I am, but I've had vocal damage so badly that I couldn't speak for a year, and it scarred me.
But you're also like a real vocalist, and I'm not.
Well, I sing too hard.
Yeah, I mean, I do too, but I don't know. I'm lucky. I kind of have the Terminator voice. I mean, I've played over 5,000 shows in my career. You know, I've done
Just calloused.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I've been doing 300 shows a year since 2006. So, and most of those were 4-hour shows where I'm the only singer, and so. You know, I'm just used to it. I'm not better than anybody else or nothing.
No,
but I can tell you
there's a lot of people in this, like you and even some of the girls, like Susan and Heather, they can freaking do that shit too.
Yeah.
They'll sing 5 nights a week, 3-hour sets every day.
Yeah.
Ow, I can't do that. It hurts me.
Yeah. Now, one thing I can tell you this is since I made this switch over to the original scene more and I'm doing more of my stuff, I kind of found my voice, if you will. And what I've noticed is now that I sing the way that I sing now is a lot harder for me to do multiple shows. And I don't know if it's age or just the way I sing now, because I sing a lot harder now than what I used to sing.
You care more. You
probably
care.
Sure.
You definitely care more when there's people watching and paying attention and they came because they're legit a fan. You're not just background music somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I play those shows from time to time too.
Yeah, me too.
People will just call up and be like, hey, fuck, $1,000, will you come play? Yeah, dude, all day.
Yeah.
And I'll just sit on a stool and just play, songs for 2 or 3 hours and nobody really cares. Nobody pays attention.
Yeah.
But it's good money. And it's different from playing that and when you play somewhere like when I play in Round Rock and you hit that first or second song and then you go, hey, show of hands, how many of you guys know who we are?
Yeah.
Just you get goosebumps and it goes crazy.
Yeah, there's nothing like
I
it.
sing way too hard after that.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I don't really have a mail-it-in bone. I can't really mail it in every time. So back to the song real quick.
Yes.
We'll lose ourselves on this one for sure because you and I don't get a chance to talk very much. So
right. I'm a hobbit.
And but what's your favorite line in this song?
The man that he becomes is because of who we are right now.
Yeah.
And I hope we're making him proud. See, most of the time when people write a song about being proud or proudness of their children, it's based around they are proud of their kids no matter what they do, right? But this kind of takes a different look at it, and it's children are already perfect. They're as young kids, they start to wane off over time. But I also have a 16-year-old, and she's stressing me out right now. Love her to death, stressing me out. But at this point, Grayson's too. He's just a little ball of joy and frustrations that he doesn't really know how to express and all this stuff like that. And so you want to be, as a parent, you want to be the best parent you can be so that your kid would actually be proud of you as a parent. And I feel like it's going to resonate with a lot of people out there that might put drinking or might put going out or if you're a divorced family, maybe you don't see your kids as much as you should. You know what I mean? I just hope that it makes people think about that. Think about how they should try to be better for their kids because in their kids' eyes, they're superheroes.
Yeah.
And we just let them down nonstop,
Yeah, that's what I loved about the song. It was a different take on the whole being proud of your kids or your kids being proud of you. It was like a whole twist on it. It was a whole different take. I've never heard anybody explain it that way. And Candace says that, my girlfriend says that all the time. And she's like, Gracie watches me every day. She's watching me every day. So I got to make sure I'm doing the right things.
Yeah, they absorb you, man.
Yeah.
And you're the only example that they have in their life. And as they develop, they're just feeding off of you. Every mannerism and little bit of information that you put out, they're picking it up. And they're not only picking it up, but it's developing into their personality.
Yeah.
So if they see you constantly crushing the bottle and cussing or yelling at mama or, doing stuff like that, just being a bad example. I also have a song called Example Man. It talks about the same thing, but just being a bad example, that's kind of what you're creating there. And I hate to see that, especially with the kids that are growing up into the freaking teenagers that we got out there right now,
Yep. For sure, man. Like
be better and they'll be better.
I'm surprised at how I got a 24-year-old. I'm surprised at how well he turned out because of his childhood. And then, Brody, he's 13 now, but he had a much more stable childhood, and even now he's very loved. And that, one of the big things when Brooke and I got divorced was we sat down and we talked about it. And it's like, we're going to bury our bullshit and be the best we can because of Brody.
That's good.
And so we have a great co-parenting relationship. Her and Candace get along. I mean, she was at the show on
Dude, me and my ex, we don't we don't talk near as much as my wife and my ex do.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, girl,
Yeah.
can we get Kenzie this weekend? She's like, sure, I'll switch you for this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, it just works out great.
Yeah.
You know, it works out great when people can just be adults and do what's best for the children. And it works out just best for everyone, including the children. And
Candace will be over on the recliner laughing. And I'm like, what are you laughing at? Who are you texting? And she'll be like, oh, I'm talking to Brooke. I'm like, oh, shit. So, yeah, it's great. It's really cool, man. Like I said, Brooke showed up to the show on Sunday to Do-Si Do, and I did a little shout out to her and Candace at the same time. I made a comment about it, and the crowd went nuts. And I actually want to write a song that talks about that. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and do it yet. But
it's a tough one.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I think you should be very proud.
I am.
Of this song.
What you did.
Of this song. I think it's a great song. I think it's going to do really well for you.
Thank you.
I'm going to share the shit out of it for sure. And I know that I've already sent. I asked you immediately. I said, "Can I show this to Candace?" And you're like, "Yeah, absolutely." So I sent it to her. She loved it. I think it shows a different side of you, a much more tender side of you. I mean, some of us know you have that, but a lot of people that only know you from the music don't. You know?
Well, like I said, I got a lot of songs out there. More than half of them are songs like this, slower songs, more intimate songs that have a deeper meaning that I just can't showcase in my live shows, just because of the majority of the shows that I play are dance hall, party, bar environment type things. That's just what I enjoy playing.
You should always pick one.
What, dance hall, party bar?
No, even if you're playing a dance hall, party bar.
I do.
Okay,
I do.
Cool.
It's a song that I wrote for my wife, our wedding song that we used. In the video of that, I used all of our wedding footage. It was beautiful. It's called I Can't Keep My Eyes Off You. Recorded at Stone Cooper. Yeah. That's one of my favorite songs. Yeah. And I always say, they can't all be bangers. We got to slow this one down real quick. Grab your favorite lady or lady boy and get out to the dance floor.
All right, brother. Well, let's play it for them. Let's let them hear it.
All right. Let me get the guitar.
And thanks for coming out, man. I appreciate
Thanks
you,
for having me.
And keep kicking ass, dude. You're doing fine. I know you get discouraged. I'm discouraged. There's a lot of us that are discouraged because of the state of the industry. Just keep your head up.
Yeah.
Don't let it get you down. I know that's hard coming from me because
I'm good. I'm about to open a pizza restaurant.
Yeah.
I really might not even be doing this much longer.
So when are you going to turn it into a listening room?
I will have a stage, a very small acoustic only solo type stage, maybe for duos. But for the most part, we're not going to focus on music. Maybe for the first 6 months to a year, we're just going to focus on getting some roots.
You should turn it into a listening room.
We're just going to focus on good pizza. We're going to focus on good pizza right off the bat. But eventually, yes, we will have acoustic listening room type environment there.
Well, cool, man. I'll have you on again when you release another one. So thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. Let's play the song.
All right, let's do it. What's up, guys? I'm Mike Donnell. This is my new song, Proud. He can't go to sleep until he bows his head to pray. I'm glad I taught him that way. Half the time he's mean to mama, and the other half of the day he'll tell her he loves her 47 times straight. Being a lonely child, it sure is something else. Maybe 'cause his parents still act like kids themselves. 'Cause I still chase you down the hall and tickle you to the ground and say I love you every time I leave this house. And you still smother me with kisses. May not see it now, but that boy's watching this future play out. And I hope we're making him proud. He's never met a stranger, yeah, he's friends with everyone. You know it's true, he gets that from you. I love the way he sings all day to the top of his lungs. Guess I can say that's me, and I'm sorry ahead of time. Long as he's got us, that boy will be just fine. 'Cause I still chase you down the hall and tickle you to the ground and say I love you every time I leave this house. And you still smother me kisses. You may not see it now, but that boy is watching this future play out. And I hope we're making him proud. And you still smother me with kisses, never let me down. The man that he becomes is all because of who we are right now. And I hope we're making him proud.